Hello and welcome back to the couch. We saved you a seat. My name is Luke.
And I'm Emily. And I really hope that we can enjoy this evening as we get into some of the spicier, little hotter chapters of A Court of Thorns and Roses.
Yes, we're doing chapters 18 through 22. So buckle up, get ready. There were some laugh out loud moments, there were some tense moments, and then there was heat happening. So
I've been waiting to hear the thoughts.
The thoughts on the heat. Thoughts on the heat.
We're not skipping to that.
We're not skipping that. I will tell you the fantasy nature of the first couple of chapters was appropriate and good. We needed a painting chapter. I mentioned it in the last episode. We got a painting chapter. Them going to the glen and having like this romantic. He's like, you want to go swimming? I don't think he realized what he was asking her, by the way. Maybe he did. Do you think he did?
I don't think that he necessarily did. I think it was just like something special. Because they're gonna go swimming in a pool of starlight. I mean that's pretty special.
I envisioned Mercury. That's why I was thinking like metallic lights. Yeah. Or that if you ever seen the original Tron where they drink the pure energy, it's just like, oh, straight up. Yeah.
I think about the same thing as well, for sure. And I think like in at least 18 and 20, 18 and 19, it's like you get a tragic backstory and you get a tragic backstory. We all have tragic backstories.
Right. And this is the place for misfit toys.
Right.
It's actually the spring court is the place for misfit toys, which plays into kind of the rest of the story when they're talking about rebirth, which is great. Because the Lucien backstory is horrible.
But I knew that. For the folks that are just joining us, I've read this entire series multiple times. Luke has never read a romantasy or really like romance at all. So This is what's really fun about this. So
it's a girl book for girls. Written by a girl.
It is a book written for anyone, but through the female gaze.
I'm talking about culture. I'm not talking about sex. I'm talking about girl culture. I'm talking about female authors writing with the female speech and it's culture. We're not talking about anyway. Yes, continue.
Yeah, so it's a good thing. I don't know that he necessarily thought about inviting her for the purpose of, I would like to take a gander at what you got underneath those pants. But they both do get quite an eyeful and fully appreciate like from top to bottom and back up to top and then stopping somewhere in the middle.
Yeah, I could hear his blood pressure rising as I was reading it. From her point of view, he was pretty thrilled with what was going to happen. I'm surprised she didn't drink it. I thought that would have been funny, but she said, I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to do this. And they were there for a couple hours frolicking in a pond and just having a good old fantasy time.
And she cracked jokes. She cracked like 2 jokes in this chapter. In 18.
Which grows over the course of the next 4 or 5 chapters, which I love. She's funny. And she's cracking jokes that aren't like, they are funny. Like they're dude funny.
Yeah.
Which is cool. Like, do that more, ladies. Shout out to you, ladies. Do that more. Be more funny.
Well, how about this? How about we don't have to stay in survival mode all the time so that we can enjoy life and be fun?
Hey, we want that for everybody.
We want that for everybody.
She's really funny though, and it's charming. It's charming that and she feels comfortable enough with him to I wrote it down. He says something like, "Don't worry, High Lord." Like it's like even I was like, okay, we're doing it right now. I loved it. I did. I love that. I love that whole beginning because it kind of just reset. It's a full reset. In the next chapter, we have a little bit of a drawback. Just a little. She begins to reminisce about her family, and then he's like, "Yeah, but my family's shitty too." So that whole garden scene. I'll be honest with you, I was a little confused by the garden scene.
Confused in what way?
Like, I understood where she came from and how she got there, right? Like, she was reminiscing about home because the spring had come to the human territory, right? And it was building and building and building slowly, that she was still stuck there. And she let it out in a particular way. And then he spoke to her and was like, he didn't really say anything to her. Did he? Did I miss that completely?
About what?
Like, he didn't say anything to her to calm her down or anything. It just happened.
Okay, so she goes out to walk in the rose garden, and then he's talking about, like, he just kind of starts offering information about his family as well, and what happened and how they got together, all the things. And yeah, so she's like, compared to you and all of your problems, like, I suppose my self-pity is absurd. And he says, if it grieves you, then I don't think it's absurd at all.
Okay, so I misread this. Because I didn't realize she was angry at herself for pitying herself.
Yeah.
My
so
bad.
she's having like a pity party, and she's tired of it. She's like, enough. Like, why can't I get over this? And she literally is like, why can't I not get over this? And I'm like, I don't know, girl, because it's annoying as fuck. I would really like for you to get over it.
It really is. This section of this chapter, I was just like,
it is so annoying. It really, really is.
But he, with some emotional intelligence, and he doesn't show a lot of it up to this point. A little bit, but not a lot. He says, look, if it bothers you, it bothers me. It's a valid emotion.
If it grieves you, then it's a problem. Like, basically, he's kind of saying there's no degree of trauma. Like, your trauma is your trauma, and it can't be compared to anyone else's, which is very emotionally intelligent.
Right. And now that we're here, I'm like, oh, okay, this is actually a good part of this. But it was a slight backtrack, and I was like, okay.
It is a slight backtrack, and trust, I also was like, this again? Can we just come on?
But we very soon get into a sex party.
Not in chapter 19.
I will say, true.
Although he does, like, heal her cut by kissing it.
Yeah.
Like, let me kiss it, make it better. Literally.
And then he's like, nom, 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 nom. A little bit. A little. Because he kisses, like, he does, like, both hands. And
he, like, kisses it, because she's got, like, pricks from the roses on both of her, and then he kisses it. There's blood on his mouth.
Right, and then he somehow puts a
like,
rose behind her ear without the thorns, and it's like, oh, boy.
She's like, why is this working? This shouldn't be working.
Why am I flush? I don't know.
Okay, so this is, like, in romance, you get a lot. This nonplussed for me, but you find out a lot about, like, when you're reading a lot of romance or smutty books, there's a lot about, like, feeling heat in your core and, like, all this stuff.
Oh yeah, I love that shit. That was funny as hell. I'm like, what are we talking? Okay, like, I know what this feels like for me.
Oh well, now you get to find out what it feels like for women.
Yeah. So, full disclosure, what it feels like for a dude is the very beginning of a sneeze. You're like, it's like very prick of a sneeze, like when you know you're about to sneeze and then you realize you're about to sneeze. The first part.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah, you're just like,
yeah.
Because I had a moment in my recent life where I was like, oh, that chick's attracted to me. But I'm now reading that side of it, which is awesome.
Yep. So that there you go. So in a way that made heat begin pounding in my core. Between my legs.
Yeah, between my legs.
Because you make it very clear. Like, not just in her core. But
yeah, we're talking like full on slip and slide shit.
Definitely talking about that.
Slip and slide. Listen.
Oh.
So
it's fine. I should be drinking for this.
Yeah. So no, it's okay. I should be too. Then the next part that I actually love is he makes fun of her again with the poem, but he shares the joke with her.
Yeah.
Which is even like, I thought it was going to be, he's writing her a love poem. This sucks. Like, I was like, this sucks. And we get a phenomenal swerve to like, no, my boys and I used to
dirty limericks.
We used to write dirty limericks to see who could write the worst. And so I got really good at writing dirty shit. And I was like, I love this guy. Yeah. I loved it. Yeah. It was awesome.
It's good. It is funny. And so like they both, it's like we're relaxing, we're breathing, we're kind of unclenching in a lot of ways, and it's clenching in some new ways.
Well, I think it was so smart because he's not trying to one up her by saying, "Oh, I know how to read and you don't." It's more like, it ain't that big a deal. I used to write dirty shit for fun. Like, it's not that big a fucking deal. I love that part. I also love that, and I started getting into a little bit more here. Oh, I love this. He purred, the sound rumbling through my fingers, arms, legs, and core. Loved it.
Okay. I'm glad you love it, but like, I hate that.
No, I think it's awesome. You mean you hate that?
Because, well, I mean, there's like a lot of good TikToks or like book talk videos about like when you're reading these kinds of things, and it's like if it had happened in real life. So,
yeah. Who cares?
Right.
Who cares?
In the book, it sounds great. In real life, no, it's not gonna.
No. I don't know.
I'm sorry, but if a man hurt,
depends on how rich, handsome, and awesome he is. Which we'll get to in a minute.
So if the man is rich, handsome, and awesome, you're into purring as well?
You're gonna have to go with the yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Believe me, I thought about it a lot. I've done music theater.
Yeah.
I thought about it. It sucks. I'm not that way. But it just...
Yeah.
Anyway. We get to the next part, the poem, and then they walk through the park. He talks about his father, which I thought was really cool. And then mating and courtship and how they're not the same.
Right.
In their world, and that a mate is a soulmate, essentially, is this beyond love feeling, and then there's like courtship, which is a part of their rituals.
I don't know. I don't know what it's like in non. I don't know. That's not quite exactly the fairest thing to say, but fated mates are a trope. Like, it is a romance trope. Is like fated mates.
Yeah, what was it? Shadow and Bone, or the witches thing. The last.
It's a lot. There's so many.
And so.
Yeah, so it's a thing. A lot of things in like werewolves. I mean, like think about Twilight, like Jacob imprinting or whatever, like on the CGI awful baby. It's a thing in paranormal fantasy genre.
Yeah, he talks about being a minstrel, but instead he had to go become a warrior, and he trained from birth and warfare and how lineages work.
We find out his whole family was murdered, which is why he's the High Lord.
Yeah. And
then also, he randomly throws in, and I can play a mean fiddle.
You can play. Oh, yeah. Boy, let me tell you what.
They went down to Georgia.
I love that. But then we jump into Fire Night. We get into the Spring Awakening, as we call it.
Oh, hold on. Let's back up one.
Okay.
One little moment. They come back from having a good time, and he's like, oh shit, stay hidden. Like, because there's a creepy ass thing.
The Adder. Yes. The Adder. Yes. Okay. So
this is at the end of chapter 19, so we should probably mention that.
Yeah. I don't know that I was there yet. But yeah. Because he talks about Fire Night and then the Adder.
Right. They just kind of mention like, oh, it's going to be this thing called Calanmai, which is, I think, don't quote me on this, people, internet, please don't yell at me. It's either Irish or Scottish or something like that. But like, there is a holiday called Calanmai. It's basically the 1st of May or May Day. So it's like Calanmai is an actual holiday. It's real.
I imagine it's like Memorial Day.
It's like, yeah, it's just like May Day, May 1st.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah. So this Adder, I don't, that whole conversation flew above my head too. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was like, okay, what is happening here? I almost actually fell asleep reading this part because I was like, what's going on here? It's a scary thing.
Feyre also didn't get it, so you're fine.
Yeah, there you go. It's like a scary thing. I don't know what it's warning them against. It doesn't even say. It just was scary for a page. Am I wrong about what's happening there?
No, she also doesn't understand what's happening. So you're not supposed to know what's happening either.
Oh, but it also has like the mental fortitude, physical fortitude to stand up to Tamlin and Lucien, which I thought was.
So it's kind of like you find out more about the she.
Right.
Her. She. We still don't have a name. We still don't know what's going on. But basically, like, if Lucien is the emissary for the Spring Court, then basically the Attor is the emissary for.
Yeah. Okay.
Whatever this is, whoever she is. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I appreciate that. Cool. Because, yeah. All right. Like I said, I was just like, oh, okay, we have this thing that's like a thing that's just talking to them and mentioning a she a couple of times, and that's about it. And also that the she doesn't need to know about her affair for as long as possible, which is important, and we'll come to some more. I do like that this book forecasts that way. We talked a little bit in the last chapter about the lying part being like all right, we just changed the rules of the world for no reason. Okay. But that was a cool part. But then we get to chapters 20, 20, and 20, 21, 20, and 22. And this is where the fun begins. Because we have like real world building. Like on top of the bullshit sex stuff. We have like real world building. Like like
Henry, please, for the love of God.
Henry's excited. Henry's excited.
Sorry. So, chapter 20.
Yeah, so chapter 20. Old girl is told to stay in a room, lock the door, and put some sort of thing, a trap, inside.
How many times does that girl have to be told, stay in your damn room?
Now twice or three times. Maybe twice.
I think it's like 3 or 4 times. And she's like, I'm not going to do it.
She caved to the music like a music theater student and ran out to follow the drums. Eat up the drums.
Sorry.
There it is. And so she leaves.
Yeah. She's told multiple times, hey, this is a thing. And it is very dangerous for you, human. You need to stay in your room where you will be safe. Do not go outside.
After now that you said like the star-crossed slumber thing, I imagine part of her leaving had to do with that kind of. It was more like, it's probably not in the book, but it's like, oh, this needed to happen for her to see what was going on.
I mean, like, it is like important in that it's like, oh, fairies, they're not like us.
No, they have
weird sex rituals. Cool.
They have interesting sex rituals. I wouldn't say weird.
You're right.
I was interested. I was interested.
I mean, same.
And she goes, and then she sees the cave, and she sees all the females. First she gets a horse, and then she goes out there. She sees the cave. She sees all the female fairies. And then she feels unsafe. Obviously, it's a bunch of fucking monsters. Mm-hmm. And then she gets surrounded by.
She almost gets trafficked by 3 dudes.
Yeah. And they're like about to, do something, and then Tall, Dark, and Handsome shows up.
Mm-hmm.
Who we don't know who this guy is.
No idea who he is.
Kind of love this guy personally right now. I think he's a hilarious character, and he kind of just shows up, and he's just like, she's like, holy shit, he's the most handsome person I've ever seen.
Yeah. To be fair though, like,
they are in a love ritual. So
Tamlin also like face covered by a mask and all the things. So like
fair.
Fair
enough, but still, and she even talks about it before that there's some sort of magic happening that's covering her thing. So he might be, she might just be swooning because of that.
And he does the thing that you love, which is like commits to the bit.
Oh, yeah.
He's like, oh, there you are. Thanks for finding her for me, y'all. Peace.
Yeah, but they're also like, because they know who that dude is for sure.
So,
Like, they seem scared. She even calls him speechless. They saw him and they got speechless. They could have thought he was hot too. You know?
The most beautiful man she'd ever seen.
Says it twice.
Maybe. I mean, yeah, so clearly hot.
Also, they weren't wearing masks.
Because they were from another court.
Right. Which I thought the blight affected evenly.
The blight and the masks are not the same thing.
Okay, so whatever happened at this party 50 years ago
happened to Tamlin in his court.
Okay, cool.
So not everybody has masks on. The only people that have masks on are the spring court. Because it was like, we're here to like celebrate Timmy Tam and then come to this party. Shit goes down at this party. And now everybody that was there to celebrate Tamlin are now stuck in these masks that they wore to the party.
Right. Yes. So, fair point. So we go back to this thing, and the most handsome dude that's ever lived shows up, saves her, is committing to the bit, continues to commit to the bit, and then when she doesn't want anything to deal with him, and he finds out he's being lied to, he's just like, oh, if you're gonna lie to me, then I'm out. All right, see ya. Take care of yourself. Yeah. And I thought that was kind of awesome.
Good luck.
I thought it was kind of awesome. Like, if you're gonna lie to me, I don't want anything to do with you, and I'm okay with it. And just rolls out, and then she moves back toward the cave and runs into our Lancelot, Mr. Lucien.
And Lucian's like, bitch,
what the fuck are you doing here? And then
he like runs real fast.
Okay.
So she had to take a horse to get there.
Yes.
And then Lucien like throws her over his shoulder like a sack of taters and runs up the hill.
But it runs like uber fast.
Mm-hmm.
Well, like he's sweating when he arrives at the house. Now, I thought he was
so fast that she doesn't even see him move, because she like sees him, he sees her, she's like, fuck, and then he's beside her.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. And then he picks her up and like, that's full on vampire shit. And so I didn't know if Tamlin was as fast as he is. I thought maybe his speed was a thing that's unique to him. I was kind of hoping that would be the case, because that would be dope. Mm-hmm. But he gets it, and he's sweating, and then he tells her what's happening with Tamlin, that he's kind of the sex god of the spring court.
Right. Yeah. So then Lucian's the one that gives him all the details. And he's like, okay, so on Calanmai, what had happened was, we need the magic to make our crops grow. So basically, Tamlin gets to take all of this magic into his body. He becomes a person that is not the person. He becomes a hunter. Then the magic tells him who to go fuck. And then the magic of that consummation is what fuels the fertile ground.
Yeah. It's springtime. It's great. Good.
She's like, then what are you doing? What were you doing there, Lucien? Because I saw dudes there too. And he's like, well, after the High Lord comes, we all get to come. Yay!
Yeah, he's like, after I gotta get some too. It's springtime. What are we doing?
Like
we all get to hang out.
It's not as powerful when we do it, but like we still get to help, and this is helping that I'm willing to do. Lucien can't be bothered to do a lot of stuff, but he's like, this is the kind of help I like to have.
He looks forward to this every year.
I'm helping, okay?
I have to help.
And I help, damn it.
Lucien's so funny. I thought he was, now for sure though, he's sweating. I was like, oh, he's sweating because he's like horny as fuck. And that's why, you know what I mean? Like, I genuinely thought it was like, oh yeah, because he's horny as fuck, and that's why he's sweating. He has nothing to do with her. Like,
it has nothing to do with her for sure. Yeah.
He just wants to bang. No, it has nothing to do with the running.
Right.
It has everything to do with.
I know what you mean. I hear you.
But she finally gets the hit and goes to bed, and then she hears the drum stopping.
Yep. She's like, all right, fine, I'll stay in my room, and then she's like, oh, but then, like, I did get a little hungry, and I know...
Oh, my God. The dinner had me cracking up. Okay, so the reason the dinner had me cracking up because in years past, when a female friend of mine, let's call them, from female friend to girlfriend, and varying relationships in between, late at night, when old girl wasn't getting as much attention as she wanted. Now old, OL apostrophe. Okay, for that audience, she'd be like, I'm hungry. And I'm like, okay, what do you want to eat? And I read half a loaf of bread, an apple, a chocolate cookie. I was like,
girl dinner.
That was a girl dinner. That was like I need carbs and sugar.
Yeah. She woke up and she was like, oh, those drums were so ridiculous. I'm hungry. I need
attention. No one else is around. I mean, half a loaf of bread.
Nothing to do with attention, but girl dinner is a real thing.
Sometimes you just need a half a loaf of bread.
You just need half a loaf of bread, maybe 3 grapes, a chocolate cookie.
Yeah. That's God, the dinner. Chocolate cookie crushed me. Because I was thinking, I can use a chocolate cookie. And then I was like, this is a girl dinner.
Girl dinner. It is.
It's girl shit right here.
It's
fantastic. But before this, Lucien did say, and we need to pray, when Lucien said, he if he smells you, he would come for you.
Yeah.
And it would not have been pleasant.
It would not have been good. It would have been like probably not the tender moment you're wanting.
Right. Which leads to the next part. When she's walking back to her room and he bursts through the door.
And there's just a man in the hallway.
It's ravenous. And
it's Timmy Tam. And he's already done it.
Yeah, painted.
The ritual is done. You can see where the hands were all over. And then he like walks up and he's like, I smelled you. You were there, but I couldn't find you.
Mind you, this isn't the normal like sitting in a chair, a little bit goofy warrior guy. This dude is ravenous. He is like he was like sniffing her and shit. Oh God, it was awesome. And then God,
it was awesome.
It was awesome. And he was like, and I would have been easy. I would have been.
I would have been gentle on you, and it lasted a very, very,
very long time. Ah. I love that part. Timmy Tam,
right?
Yeah. You kidding me? Mm-hmm. You kidding me? And then he proceeds to hold her against the wall, bite her on the neck, but he doesn't pierce the skin. Mm-hmm. That is wrong. Don't do that, ladies and gentlemen.
Unless she's into it.
And sure. But then this chick completely caves. And she's a puddle of water on the side of the wall. For sure.
Yeah. I gotta say though. Okay.
And I get it.
Joking aside.
Yeah.
I also I would have had no problems. It would not have been dubious consent if I had been there. It would have been consent. But it is a little bit of a dubious consent moment. It is not necessarily great. This is not like it's hot because she ended up being okay with it and liking it. But it was not, we should probably preface by saying it started out not okay.
It started out, I was uncomfortable. I thought for the few lines.
Right.
I was like, oh boy, don't do that. Don't do that. Mm-hmm. Oh God, thank God. Yeah, like.
So we have to say, so like if we're going to talk about like the Stockholm syndrome, the Patty Hearst of it all and all of that, then like, okay, we should also probably say bad, not good.
No.
Don't condone, but also it was still kind of hot after the fact.
It was kind of hot. It was
okay. If Feyre is like, it actually is hot and I'm still thinking about it in a nice way, then I feel like we can also agree that it is hot. But at the beginning, we're like, oh, I don't know about this.
Very much. And I think it's written like that. That's intentional.
Yeah.
It's intentional that the author wrote like a beast-like character showing up and being beastly and then being gentle in its own way.
Mm-hmm.
I do
the
like
girl of it all. The girl of it all is like, We just want to feel like small girl.
Exactly. Well, I was going to say about the other girl who is the fairy princess before, she told him that she wanted it rough. I was go as hard as she wanted or something. I don't remember. I was just like, yeah, she told me, to go as hard as I wanted to, be as rough as I wanted to, and I would have been gentle with you. And I was like, what a line! What a line!
I'm just saying, if men read these books, I'm glad that straight men don't always read these books because they don't need the ammunition sometimes. But also,
ammunition, why not?
But also, I wish more men would read books like this so that they would, like, I don't know, learn a few things. But anyway.
Yeah, well, fair point. But same goes for women. Anyway, like, this is hilarious, awesome, cool moment. So, and I love her in the next morning, by the way.
I was going to say, let's watch her reclaim her power the next morning.
The next morning was dope, like, for real. I love that she gets up and then she tries to hide it and she's like, fuck that.
You know what? No. You did it. You did it.
He did it, and he knows he did it. And if I'm stuck living with, he has to be stuck watching, seeing it. And then they go through this whole ritual, and they kind of laugh at each other, right?
Yeah. So I love that next morning. Well, I guess it's almost like the afternoon because like they stayed up all night.
It literally says good afternoon on page 199. Yeah.
So like they're hungover. Lucian's like draped across a chair, like asleep, like on his hand. Like it was a rough night.
Lucien had a good night. Don't think that fox face person didn't have a good night. Okay, that dude was getting down. But yeah, the fairy pig.
She's like drawing little pig faces on them.
Yeah, but she, like, there was the line is, like, it's like he's like, well, I might not have been myself. Lucien and I both told you to stay in your room. Like, kind of like,
it's like drinking. Yeah, he says, so what is that bruise? And then she's pointing with a fork and it's like, ask him, he did it.
Mm-hmm.
And just Lucien looked at Tamlin and then to me and then back again. Why does Feyre have a bruise on her neck from you? He asked with no small amount of amusement. I bit her. Tamlin said, not pausing as he cut his steak. He's like, I bit her.
I bit her.
We ran into
Actually, I think it was more like this.
Please give me a line reading. Let's go.
I bit her. Hold on.
I'll cue you up. Ready? Why does Feyre have a bruise on her neck?
I bit her.
We ran into each other in the hall after the rite. She seems to have a death wish, he went on.
She seems to have a death wish.
If Feyre can't be bothered to listen to orders, then I can't be held accountable for the consequences.
Facts.
Ooh.
And then the room, drink tea. Yeah, I thought that was awesome.
We can hold up accountable though, but we will.
Yeah.
I understand. High Lord, he thinks no rules apply to him. To be fair, they did tell her to stay in her room like, I don't know, a half dozen times, and she just totally ignored it. So that's also on her.
But girl, dinner.
But girl dinner, I need my half a loaf of bread.
The drum stopped. I gotta go eat. See if anybody else is around.
You know what? I deserve a cookie.
I needed a cook and have a loaf of bread. That sounds really good right now. Mm-hmm. A donut. And so it'd be so good right now.
There.
Yeah, hell yeah. I didn't get to go to the party. But yeah, it makes her happy. They move on. They apologize to each other at dinner. She sleeps peacefully. They do their, like, this last chapter was really just a closing that one end of the book.
Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh, she puts on a dress.
Yeah, and just
she's like, I want to look pretty.
Does the magic task you? It's like, used to not. It's like breathing, but now. And then she's like, I want to help you with the mask.
I need some, like, I think a segment we should do at some point is like dramatic line readings from
Oh, yeah.
like reenactments.
Yeah, yeah.
Reenactments for Luke.
I would love it. But the painting room scene was really cute.
Yeah.
It was really cute.
It's like we've all been there. Well, maybe not we've all, but like artists of some kind, when you're like, you're excited about something and you think you finally did something like worth showing somebody. And then you're like, yay, I want to show you. I want to share this with you. And then you're like, oh, fuck. Please.
Yeah.
Maybe I shouldn't do this. Actually, let's not. Let's not do this. Let's go do something else.
Now, what if they hate it?
Hate it. What if I'm stupid? Like, it's very human.
It's so human and it's good. Like, it's just so good. And then you get to a point where he picks out the forest where she hunted.
She's like, wait a minute, that's not the one but that's not yours.
And this cycles back all the way to, I do want to do an honorable mention later because I just remembered it. But he cycles all the way back to, this reminds me of me. It reminds me of where I've been. It's which I thought it's part of the Stockholm Syndrome stuff too. So
I don't know, like Stockholm Syndrome at that point, I think it's like, okay, I think at this point we can kind of sort of address the Stockholm Syndrome situation in that, yes, this was not her choice. But I don't think he is now doing things intentionally to try to sway her one way or the other.
No, exactly. And what I'm saying is they see themselves in each other.
Right.
For one reason or another. And so that's like the part of it that like is anti-Stockholm Syndrome.
Yes.
That's what I was trying to say.
Lots of connections. They are connecting on multiple deep levels. They see each other in each other's brokenness. And they're like, oh, okay, I don't feel quite as alone. Neither one of them feel as alone as they did before. So while I do think that there are a lot of books that are Stockholm-y, syndrome-y, and listen, stalker dark romances are having a moment right now as well. So like, I know that one of the comments was like, maybe talk about that at some point too. I can't really explain why, other than like I think that there are a lot of people that have a lot of I would say just like, it's okay because it's not real. It's a fantasy in a book, and it's not real and it's not happening to you. Then you can see it as an appealing kind of a thing because it's not happening to you and it's not real.
Right.
If it were to happen in real life, red flag central, it would not be sexy. It would be terrifying and you would not like it. Unless maybe you do. I'm not here to like yuck anybody's yum, but like, I don't really think that's it. And the psychology behind it, I am not qualified. What I can say is, as a girl that reads these kinds of things, for me, I think it's hot because it's not real. And I'm very aware of the fact that it is not real. So I can allow myself to suspend disbelief to be able to like get through the cringe and the like sometimes straight up violent part of it. Mm-hmm. To be like, yeah, it's kind of hot though. I can't explain it more than that.
No. But, why would you? I have emotions about all sorts of things that are fake.
Right.
That's like weird. So.
Right.
But
I wanted to be sure that we addressed it since it was asked of us.
Oh, yeah. The thing I forgot to mention that I wanted to give a quick shout out before we continue is the moment where Tamlin's like, he says in this chapter, he's like, I've been with duchesses and hot chicks and royalty. He's like, but never have I been with someone like you. And she's
men and women.
Yeah, and she's like,
he says, men and women.
I did not see. I forgot that part. Wow, that is all me. But then he says, he's like, you were with Isaac. And she's like, yeah, well, whatever. And they're like, okay, so we're on the same page.
Yeah, they're on the same page.
No, and so going back to it, I love the kinds of stories where, I've got, and I kind of don't want to share this, but I've got this idea of a story about star-crossed lovers that I want to tell one day
Mm.
that is the precursor to this kind of story. So the entirety of the story takes place before they meet, and then they meet at the end. And you're like, oh, this makes sense.
Oh, like How I Met Your Mother.
Yeah, but it's both sides.
Oh, cool.
And they would like have almost run into each other. Like over and over and over and over again. And, at the end, you find out that the only reason they haven't met was on accident. And that had they met any time before, it's like, oh, that wouldn't have worked.
Mm-hmm.
But it works now because they are at the point in their life where it would be, yeah.
Oh, is it me and Evan? Is my husband and I your source material?
Yes.
Are you writing a book about mine and Evan's love story?
No joke. It's actually Ross and Rachel from Prince.
Yeah.
But they just never get together throughout the series. And then they get to the end and she's like, oh, you are this good person. And I finally had this fashion job and I think you're just the best man I've known. And then he's like gone through the trauma of having a wife who became a lesbian, dating around, being a father, all these sorts of things, desperately trying not to be his own dad. It's pretty much that thing.
Nice.
Yeah, similar to that, but with other caveats, of course. But yeah, I mean, look, this was a heroic effort by me to read this today, an hour ago. Because I did just finish 5 minutes before we started this thing. And so I was reading about hot caveman sex an hour and a half ago, 2 hours ago. It's rituals and historical things. I was not expecting that so soon. I'm glad that they're brought in. Like anything that makes the world bigger, right? Mm-hmm. I'm excited to see where we kind of go with this. We're already into the beginning parts of their romance. What do they call that? The
courtship?
No, yeah, the courtship, but it's like the honeymoon phase of their relationship. They're really just enjoying each other's presence and they want to hang out with each other and talk with each other all the time. I'm sure there's dark things coming ahead. There's a past that Tamlin's not talking about that she just gets to accept. If not, that'd be crazy because I would definitely write a dark past for him. But I definitely like, oh, this is why the masks are a thing. And I don't know if I like that about you. Maybe Tamlin secretly has a kid, which would be awesome. What?
It just makes me laugh.
Why?
I just like your speculation.
Yeah, what if Tamlin secretly has a kid?
Maybe he has a love child with someone else.
He has a. What if he has another half human, half fairy love child? And there's some other, half fairy, half human living in the dark court.
Right. That's crazy. So I'm just trying to take a peek at the next chapters. Oh, okay. That's why I did that. Okay.
Cool.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah. Okay. So yes, it's 23 through 26.
Good deal. I hope.
Yeah.
I hope Lucien gets some pretty soon too, because I think he needs it real bad.
For Lucien to get some?
Yeah.
Well.
Anyway.
We'll be waiting a very long time.
Okay. So we're gonna stop right there. This was chapters 18 through 22. We're gonna do 23 to 26.
23 to 26.
We're gonna stop right there. So if you like this content, please
like and subscribe.
She got to do it. And we're almost to 1,000 subscribers, so that's really, really cool. Share with your friends. We like talking about this kind of goofy stuff, and we intend on getting better because it can't get worse. So until next time, Later Taters. Oh, okay.
Bye.